God is doing some big things, and every time God does something really big, he tells someone first. So Mark had this dream, I'm about to show it to you, and in this dream, there was this giant planet coming towards Earth, and it was actually smashing into Earth, right? The next day I wake up, and all over TikTok is that Nibiru, that red planet sitting in the sky.
Oh yeah. That's planet Nibiru, bro. That's planet Nibiru. That's not the moon. It's not the sun. That's planet Nibiru.
I forget Mark's last name, so drop it in the comments if you don't mind. It says in Acts in the last days that your sons and daughters will prophesy, old men will dream dreams. Look, God always sends someone to let you know his affairs before they happen. Like Ephesians 6, he sends people so we know his affairs on earth while these things start happening. Don't be like the people in the Bible who despise the prophet. The rich man asked to go warn his brothers out of hell, and God said, no, if they don't believe the prophets, they won't believe you if I raise you from the dead.
Hi everyone. I had this dream this past Saturday night, and I've been thinking about that dream ever since. And I hope it's just a dream, but I really believe that it means something. And I certainly don't want to frighten anyone, but I felt I needed to share this. In this dream, of course I'm a carpenter, cabinet maker, and I was working in this small town on somebody's house, and I was outside and there was somebody working with me. The homeowner was inside, and while I was working I noticed the sky. It was kind of a cloudy day, bluish gray clouds, and I looked over to one side and I could see up in the sky. It captured my attention because it was something round, and for a size, if you can picture the largest full moon that you've ever seen, it would be probably about 4 times that size. But it was just a little bit darker shades of gray and blue, so I didn't think too much of it. I just thought, well, it's really strange, but it's just strange cloud formation. So I kept working, and then the homeowner came out and was going over some things with me that he liked, and he was talking right along, but then he happened to look up in that direction where I was looking, and he stopped right up, and he said, "What in the world is that?" And I looked up in that same direction, and what I had seen earlier, it was very obvious what it was now. It was another planet, and it was very close. It had traveled at a tremendous rate of speed, and it was very close now. Much, much larger. And I mean, it was going from one side of the sky to the other. It was very large. And we were watching this in horror because it was just growing in size because it was going at such a rate of speed, and it was on a collision course basically for us. It just continued to grow in size, but as it was almost about to hit the Earth, it didn't hit the Earth yet, it started to implode. And I could see all it was like a thick crust, but it was hollow in the middle. The crust was imploding. It was imploding in on itself. But just then, after I saw this, then it hit down the underside, underneath, on the underside of the Earth from where I'm at. It struck the Earth, and when it did, it just jarred and shook the Earth. But the upper side of this was still within view, and that had broken and split apart, and that was coming right in our direction. And that broke through the Earth's atmosphere and broke up, but when it hit the Earth, it made these deep trenches. I mean, it just made these long, deep trenches. And of course that shook the Earth as well. It was like watching an apocalyptic movie or something. I mean, it was so real.